This is a cool way to start any combo where you can just start just looking super fire with your rope. What's cracking, Jump Nation? Wow, that was super loud. What's cracking, Jump Nation family? It's your boy here, Rushi S, aka the Jump Rope Coach. Welcome back to the home of Jump Rope Fitness and Lifestyle people. Today we have another fire, always fire, skipping tutorial for you, right? This move here is almost the kind of 2.5, close to triple side swing cross. And this movement I'm gonna teach you today, right, is how you can potentially start some of your incredible combinations that you've learned from this channel. And like I said, if you guys can learn to do this the right way, if you learn the techniques I'm about to show you, you'll look as if you are floating effortless, right? You look like you're moving effortless with your skipping ropes, and you will get heads turning at every place you go and do your skipping. I guarantee you, okay? This movement right here, guys, that intro was way too long and stupid, but this movement right here, guys, the kind of 2.5 to triple, right? It's almost a triple, okay? I'm not gonna say it's a triple, but the side swing cross movement, right? And I've showed this on the channel a long time ago, but I'm gonna be breaking down the techniques a little bit more today, is a very, very cool move to start any combination, right? And again, if you learn it correctly and if you kind of apply these motions, this movement is really, really fire, right? Let me show it to you, right? So we're gonna set this move up. It's just so nice. It's so slick that when you do it, and you do it right, it's almost like you haven't done anything that crazy, but it just looks so cool, in my opinion, of course. All right? This movement, peeps, is, yeah, it's very close to a triple. It's not quite. I know a lot of people out there may consider it a triple, but what happens with this movement is we're gonna sort of take off and we're gonna start a side swing cross. Now, if you're an advanced person out there, and I think you would be, because if you're watching this video today, right, you can sort of do a double under side swing cross just like this. And what happens is we take off and we're side swing crossing in midair, right? If you're kind of beginner and you're just checking out what this video is all about before you try learning these advanced movements, the side swing cross is this movement, right? So it's a side swing which turns into a cross, because for me, if you see my left hand, my left arm, it comes over the top and it creates a cross. I jump through that loop. So that's a side swing cross, right? If you're right-handed, you go from your right-hand side and then your right hand will come on top, etc., etc. You get it? So when it comes to now the double under side swing cross, we're taking off and we're just doing that movement in midair, right? And from there, you can always kind of bring together different movements, little southpaw or side swing cross. And this movement here, this kind of 2.5 to triple side swing cross, is basically me taking off. And as I do this side swing cross, from here, what I'm feeling is the wrists really rip, okay? When I mean rip, they spin again very, very quickly before I land, which allows the rope to go past or underneath my legs twice whilst I'm in midair. Now, I don't know if you may consider it a triple. It's a very tough move, but the reason why it's tough, right? I'm gonna try and kind of mess this up on purpose. The reason why it's tough, I was supposed to mess that up, but what I was gonna try and show you there was that it's easy for me to say to try and learn this slowly, but it's not, because you kind of have to learn to move your wrist quickly. However, there's a little caveat. It's the timing of when you move these wrists, all right? Because what I was trying to show, the mess up, let me try it again, all right? Okay, there was it. All right, what it is if you don't turn your wrist or fire the rope at the right timing of when you're at the highest point of your jump, then you're gonna get a problem, all right? So a lot of people, what they do is they don't sync up the jump with their wrists, all right? It's just normal, natural timing and coordination, which is the part of learning and the journey in skipping. However, if you can learn to take off and then apply the right wrists and don't try and fire the wrist too early, then you get the most optimal, okay? So what I was trying to feel, or what happens when I mess up, is I was trying to just chuck the rope and quickly spin the wrist before I'd even got to the height and got to the right levels of what I need to do with my jump. So the jump needs to be really good. And the way to get the jump really good when we set this move up, guys, is I talk about this a lot, and I'm gonna have to mention it again in this video. The old age just tip of just setting your feet correctly. And when we set our feet correctly, we can learn to apply the pressure from our balls of our feet downwards, which allows us to spring up, right? And it allows us to get the hang time. We don't want you to just jump. A jump from standing always creates kind of bent knees or the heels flying up behind us. And there's no way we can do this move just by keeping this kind of form in our body. Physically, we might clear one or two, and a lot of people learn how to do advanced moves by just kind of piking or like flexing their knees. For me, it's not optimal, and it can actually just lead to injuries and just hurt your knees and everything else on your back. You don't want to do any of that. So learn to set the feet. Then, when you learn to set the feet and apply the pressure with the balls of the feet, it gives us such a nice and chilled spring, and actually just allows us to get more efficiency, like more height, more muscles being engaged. So learn this jump, it's really key. And what happens is when we start here, what I want you to feel is when you're coming to do this move, it's a very subtle knee flex into the floor, which is gonna let us do this pressure. Don't feel obviously this, this is crazy, but it's also a good workout, you get a little squat in there, but you wanna feel this happening at the same time we set up for the move. So at the same time as we move into this side swing, I'm gonna flex my knees a little bit. And as I take off, like I said to you before, do not chuck the hands too quickly across you. We still need to make a nice loop to get through or underneath our body. So let's do this again. So set the feet, and we're just gonna practice just that takeoff. Here, that, all right? We're just gonna practice that takeoff. So just want you to do just a normal side swing cross double, right? And I want you to feel at the top of your jump now, at the top of your jump, you're gonna feel like time just stops around you, right? This is the feeling of true hang timeness, right? Time stops and you're just frozen, you're just up here, we're floating. Give yourself the time, right, to set your hands for that first cross, and then from there, when you feel time stopping, we rip it one more time, right? And we get that rope around us before we land. We feel heavy, and a lot of people feel heavy because they can't get that hang time feeling, and they try and they try and they try. They always fail, right? The jump is really important, just as much as how fast we can move these wrists. So, once we're now up in midair, we're feeling time still. Like I said, we time it up. Hands nice and loose, body nice and loose. We don't want to feel too tense. Okay? We can make sure that we can learn to throw this rope around us with enough momentum, all right? Just by staying nice and loose with our wrists. And that is the biggest takeaway, key concept I want you to feel is you have to feel loose in order to get this rope around you quick, all right? It's all about the timing and how we activate. If we go really, really stiff, the rope is gonna feel it, it's gonna travel right through our arms into the rope, no chance, all right? We've now completed this move. I'm gonna talk about the exit real quick. We finished this move, so it's gone around us twice from here. We land. This is how you're gonna land in this position, right? The rope's coming around our body. I tend to just release the right hand to my side, and it's gonna set me up for a southpaw, so which you've just seen, right? Because we're going at such speed, we've got to do this really quickly. So release the hand to one side, I go to my right, keeps my left hand on top, my dominant hand, and then I can just create the southpaw. So it'll look like this. And then we're into a fire combo. And like I said at the beginning of this video, this is a cool way to start any combo where you can just start just looking super fire with your rope. And I'm trying to go at moderate speed there, right? That was not my quickest. Still kind of suffering, trying to deal with this heel injury I got right now. Probably not good trying to do these kind of high intense moves, but trying to take it nice and easy. So you guys can hopefully take something away from that video. And if you did, if you found it useful, and if you are crushing your rope game, please give this video a massive thumbs up. It'll prove really useful for me and allow me to keep making videos just like this, guys. So as always, thank you so much for copping our ropes, copping our merch, everything that you do for RA. Love you all to bits, man. So I'll see you in the next video. Drop a comment as well. Don't forget, if you do, you could have a chance of winning a signed rope straight from Fly City, the RA HQ. Yeah, packed with love and care. So, guys, I need to go, man. I'm out of breath. But I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself. Let's get the treadmill. Stay safe. Peace.